When we find ourselves in the place just right, 'twill be in the valley of love and delight. My hope this morning as we move through this celebration service is that you leave here knowing that you are in the place just right. That you leave here understanding and filled with joy and with delight. Because despite what it's doing out here, it's bright as day in here. Right? Amen. We're so grateful that you all are here. This is traditionally Palm Sunday, where we celebrate Jesus' entrance into the gates of Jerusalem. After a long period of overcoming his thoughts, overcoming the things that were standing in his way, he walked through the gates triumphant, fully knowing who he was and where he belonged. And that is certainly my hope for each of you this morning. Today we're going to conclude our series that we've been working on, talking about over the last month on I am a member of a spiritual community. I'm a member of a church, if that resonates with you, and what that means, what it means to be a member. And so we've talked about how being a member is about letting go of our preferences and putting the good of others first. We've talked about how being a member is all about learning to serve others. And we've talked about how being a member, being in community, is about being a unifier, bringing people together. And so the very last part of being a member of a community, according to Tom Rainer's book, I'm a Church Member, is to know that church membership is a gift. Now, does anybody like to get gifts?
Yes.
So I celebrate my birthday the whole month of July. Just ask me, Glenda, when's your birthday? The month of July. I like gifts. I like them a lot, right? Gifts always come in different wrapping, right? According to the occasion. Like you know a Christmas gift from a birthday gift. So I want you to think about church membership as a gift that comes in different wrapping paper. So I said getting gifts for my birthday, getting gifts for Christmas. I don't know about any of you, but I start making my list about January. And when it comes to my birthday, I like to drop powerful hints, leave little flyers laying on the table. I have an expectation, you see. Now, I know none of you expect anything from anybody, right? I'm so glad to know I'm in good company. One of the ways that we wrap up a gift is with expectations. If you've ever had someone forget your birthday, or if you've ever been the forgetter, that'll only happen to you once, right? Yeah. When we have that kind of gift, it's an expectation. It's in service to us. The second gift we're going to talk about today are those gifts that we earn. So it was a teaser yesterday. The sun was out. It was warm. I actually thought spring had come to northern Indiana for half a minute. And I was longing to get my bicycle out. And as I was thinking about my bicycle, I remembered my first 10-speed bicycle. So I worked all winter. I saved up all my chore money. I volunteered to babysit. I did extra things around the house. I took pop bottles and turned them in back in the day. I'm telling my age there. And I keep all this money because I knew in the spring that if I had collected at least half or more, that my parents were going to assist me in purchasing a 10-speed yellow puppy. I was so excited. So I made it. I got the bike. And because I had worked so hard because I put so much energy into imagining that bike, thinking about that bike, and working to save the money for that bike. It was a treasure to me. I took good care of it. I wiped it down whenever it'd get muddy, and I kept the chain greased, and anywhere I went, I carried my little locks. I could lock it up so nobody could take it from me. It was a precious gift that I treasured. And I had ownership in it, because it wasn't like it just came off the street, right? It wasn't like I just found it. It was my bike that I bought, that I earned. And the last gift we're going to talk about today is what my friend and mentor, Dr. Darren Weissman, calls gifts in strange wrapping paper. Those are the gifts that come to us when everything around us is not a gift. It is those gifts that come to us unexpectedly as we're moving through something we'd rather not. The Sunday after we buried Justin Gatton, Gary and I talked for a bit after the service, and he said to me that in the midst of that tragedy, they had received one of the most beautiful, wonderful gifts. And that gift was the realization that they have people literally all over the world that love them. That they have people that no matter how much distance is between them, no matter how much time has passed between them, that love remains. And that love can sustain us through anything. That's the gift in strange wrapping paper. Now, church membership is just like that. You see, sometimes we think of church membership like a birthday gift, right? It's like joining the YMCA or Planet Fitness, right? We join it because we want some perks, some privileges, and some service. Now, I know you're thinking church is not like that at all. Yet, how many Sundays do you walk in here with the expectation that you are going to be spiritually fed? And not only are you going to be spiritually fed, the message is going to be delivered in the manner and style that you want it to be, and for the appropriate length of time, mind you. Very important, right? That the music that you hear on Sunday is going to be the music that you prefer, done in the style and at the volume level that you prefer it. And then, of course, let's not mention the fact that after the service, there should be hot coffee and delicious treats. Yes?
Yes.
Yes. So all of us are guilty of that. All of us have expectations about being in church membership that involves some perks and some privileges. So I'm not shaming you, all right? But I want you to understand that that will not sustain a church. That will not sustain a spiritual community. It doesn't really even sustain us. We just think it does for the hour that we're here. And then we go home and life happens. The second wrapping that we talked about, the one that we earn, the one that we have ownership in, that applies to church membership as well. You see, I know that none of you are just randomly here. Nobody was driving down Crescent this morning and said, you know, it's 10:25. I got nothing better to do. I think I'll just stop by that building and see what's going on in there. Right? You are here because, believe it or not, your soul called you here. You are here because this is where you were meant to be. In Unity, we call that divine appointment, right? Divine appointment. You're here because something greater than you brought you here. Because it's rainy out. Even I didn't want to get out of bed this morning, you know? It's rainy out, it's wet, it's dark. You could be watching TV, drinking coffee, still in your pajamas. But you're here. I know that every experience that you've had up to this point brought you earned the right to be here. And when you're here, you know that you belong. There's this word called like-minded. There's something special about being around like-minded people. People who get you. And even if they don't get you, they love you anyway. Right? There's something about that. That is a gift. That is a precious gift to be treasured. And so when our membership is wrapped up like that, then it is a joy to serve. Because just like I wanted to maintain my bicycle, I wanted it to last a long time, you want this community to last a long time. You want this community to be healthy. You want this community to thrive. And you're willing to do what it takes to see that happens. And so you serve with joy and gladness in your heart. You serve because you love this place. Because you love these people. These people are your people. And when we serve from appreciation, when we stand in that vibration of appreciation, you have a lot less time to be negative. You have a lot less energy to worry about whether or not the order of service is the same as it was last Sunday. You're so happy to see Helen Green that you don't care if they sung all night, right? Amen. You don't care because you're just happy to be here. You're just in the delight and the love of it. When we're in that space of gratitude and appreciation. Now, does that mean that Jim is not perfect? Well, of course not. Are you perfect? Does that mean there's not somebody among us that you might label a hypocrite? They're well behaved at church and not otherwise. You should see me on the freeway. Right? No. We all have that in us. We all have that in us. But what you understand as a church member, and what you understand as a member of a spiritual community, is that we are many parts, but one body. Many parts, but one body. And I need my fingernail as much as I need my hand. I like my ears, but my knees are of good service. Right? I need all of me. And in a community, we understand that we need all of us. And when we understand that, when that is the membership we wrap ourselves in, when those gifts that show up in strange wrapping paper come our way, whether it's an illness, a diagnosis, a crisis, or just a dark night of the soul, we know we don't ever have to go it alone. Because when we serve as one body, when one member suffers, we all suffer. And never again when you're a church member, never again when you're a member of a spiritual community, do you ever have to walk alone again. That's what it means to be a member of a body. Together, we are one. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. You just call on the brother. You need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just have a problem that you understand. We all need somebody
somebody to lean on.
With infinite love and gratitude. You can applaud! Applaud yourself! With infinite love and gratitude, I am so grateful to be a part of this one body in Christ. Namaste.